today's video. I want to chime in with a quick impromptu video. And today's video, I just want to touch on multiple topics, but the primary topic I want to talk about, aka touch on, no Diddy, is what really happened to King Von that night. Now, I have to go back into the past because King Von died uh, 3.5 years ago, going on 4 years ago, because he was killed like November 6th, November 7th, 2020. It's 2024. It's not November yet, but November is coming up in a couple months. So it's been like 3.5 years. Now I can tell you this for 100% facts. I was in Australia, Queensland, Australia, when I heard the news that King Von was killed. Who told me that King Von was killed? I didn't even see it on my YouTube or my phone yet, because when I was at the time where I was at in Australia, 2020, November 2020, I was working on this farm. It's called it's for this company called QFMT, Queensland Farm Management and Training. This is real talk. You can look it up. This is real. You see what I'm saying? And we was picking different fruits, like strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. So that's why my outlook on blackberries and raspberries and even strawberries is completely different now, because I didn't know it took that much work to even, to even maintain these different fruits and vegetables. Well, they're not vegetables, but these different fruits. And I mean, I knew to an extent, because like, I am a horticulturist, aka a botanist, aka a plant scientist. For the people who don't know those terminologies, I am a plant scientist. I'm not gonna say like I'm on that level, but I learned so much shit from just that job. And I also learned that raspberries is a plant that could be grown all year round, especially in a place like Australia, because it's hot 24/7. And even when it's not as hot, like it's in the wintertime there in Australia, it's still pretty hot, like 60, 70 degrees type stuff. You see what I'm saying? And some Australian people was the people who told me that King Von was murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't even look on my phone yet, because at this time, at this job, we had to wake up like super, 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 super early, like in the morning and stuff. And I think the date, I don't know if it was like November 7th, November 8th, because you gotta remember, Australia is actually in the future. It's like 16 hours ahead of America. You see what I'm saying? So Kayvon was killed either November 6th or November 7th, something like that. So it had to be, I think it was like November 6th. Yeah, it was November 6th. So I think, remembering, I heard the news November 7th. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it was just crazy because I was listening to King Von heavily. I'm talking about heavily, 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 heavily at that time, because he was the only one who was bringing back that 2012 drill sound. Like, you gotta remember, at this time, Lil J was still in jail for the little 7-year bid. Duck, don't get me wrong, Duck was out too. He was dropping shit, but he wasn't dropping shit like King Von was. Uh, you had, and I fuck with Duck. Like, Duck got some drill shit, but I'm just talking about that specific year. Don't get me wrong, Duck was dropping music, a lot of music each year, consistently. But just that 2020 year, folks was going crazy. I can't lie. Kayvon, folks was going crazy. That's just me being honest with you. And I gotta dread all this shit back, boy. Look at this shit. I mean, this Lil Dread's coming up out right now. All this shit is low key Afro. I know. Like, what the fuck? Hell yeah, man. I gotta get my shit back right. All this need to be retwisted. All this is new growth, which I'm going to twist it now. You see his little dreads popping up out there right now. The longer they get, they lock up. They gonna come down, but just twist it a little bit. But yeah, man, folks was going crazy. So at this point, Doug had already passed away. He got killed August 4th, 2020. And it's crazy because Keenan got killed or whatever. What I've heard, and this is stories I heard, I can't even remember exactly what blog sites and stuff was posting on it, but a lot of people were saying, and I know a lot of people say, you can't just go off what niggas are saying. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And I get that. I get that. I get that. I get that. That's true. That's 100% true. That's understandable. But a lot of shit, it makes too much sense, bro. Especially being from Chicago, bro. Like stuff that niggas was saying makes too much sense. And they were saying that when King Von died, his niggas had broke into his crib that he had out there in Atlanta and stole all the shit up out of there. Now the only thing I can think of is King Von probably told them niggas before he passed away, because it's just that's what street niggas do. Like they have conversations at times where they talk about like, nigga, if something happened to me, I get drilled or something. Woo 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 woo. Do this, do this, do this, and that. You see what I'm saying? And King Von and them could have had that conversation. Well, they could have been like, oh shit, what if something happened when you get drilled out here type shit? What you want us to do? On phone them, y'all my guys. Y'all already know. Y'all better shit break it to the spot and get all the shit up out of here. Shit, I ain't gonna be able to use it if I'm gone. I could imagine King Von saying some shit like that. But then again, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, I can imagine folks saying some shit like that because folks is a Virgo. I'm a Capricorn. You see what I'm saying? My dad is a Virgo. So I know how Virgos operate. You see what I'm saying? I know how Virgos operate, bro. Like, but they like to be funny a lot of shit like that. But they give you a lot of hints and the shit that they saying. Kind of like Capricorn, because I'm a Capricorn myself, you know. And I tell niggas straight up what it is, but I like to give hints too, so motherfuckers can so when the future and shit comes, motherfuckers crack the Easter egg and be like, damn, he was talking about this. But then again, that don't always work in every situation, is because you might just confuse people, you know. But yeah, and I was just thinking about that because I was just listening to Trench's News video he dropped 3 hours ago where he was talking about Bloodhound Lil Jeff, and he was talking about what happened to King Von that night and Old Block Louie and all of them and stuff like that. And I was just like, damn, just going. And he was saying, I ain't even know this part, but because I thought just from seeing the video, and shout out to my nigga King Rob, you know what I'm saying? King Rob breaking that shit down. He was breaking that shit down, man. I don't know what happened to folks. I hope folks doing good. I hope he well. I hope he alive. You know what I'm saying? But he probably just taking a social media break because he did say after the O Block shit, after the O Block case and shit, he was gonna be getting off the internet. But I hope folks get back on here because folks was critical with this shit. He was breaking this shit down. Like I remember I found King Rob videos in 2020, and that was the shit that I was looking for. Cause I'm like, it got to be somebody other than me who breaking this shit down, but it got to be somebody other than me that know way more about this shit than I do that could really break shit down. And once King Rob was saying certain shit about like just the history of Chicago and like the Black Disciples and stuff like that. Like he was just saying like certain histories and certain facts that other niggas just don't know. I knew that folks was the truth. You see what I'm saying? And um and I'm bringing him up because folks the goat when it came to breaking this case down. You know what I'm saying? And when when he first broke the case down, I thought Lil Tim was the one that killed King Von. And I ain't gonna lie, I think King Von did catch a couple bullets from Lil Tim because Lil Tim number was like right there in like super close proximity. But now all of a sudden it's coming out saying that King Von caught bullets from multiple guns because Church News was just saying shit. If you go back and watch the body cam and shit, the reason why Old Block Louis got shot in the head is because the officer was arresting Slutty or some shit like that. And he looked up and he seen Old Block Louis shooting in the crowd and shit, and he ended up shooting him in the head or whatever. But he ended up surviving, but he fucked up for the rest of his life. But it's crazy though. But he said that that was happening. So if folks were shooting in the crowd, as you know who catching them motherfuckers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's crazy, man. But I was just thinking about that when they was just talking about that. I'm like, and then after that situation, I'm not sure if it happened right after that situation or a couple days later or a week. But they said folks now went back and broke into King Von mansion or whatever in Atlanta and stole everything about that bitch because he had money in there and all that shit. And at the same time, I don't know, man, because it's just crazy how this shit can go so many ways. Like you would want to believe that that them niggas was around him was loyal to him, but they wasn't. Like even with the whole Asian now shit, That bitch wasn't even loyal. That's yeah. It goes to back to the PTSD thing, having trust issues when it comes to relationships, and just with friendships too, because you just never know. Because I've been through some fucked up shit myself, and I dealt with some shitty people myself. But even when you just look at the whole Asian now shit, how like she fucking and sucking off motherfuckers that's in O Block and shit like that, and it's crazy. It's like, would King Von even allow that shit? But then again, King Von already knew about these thoughts, but I don't know, man, because you never know. They could have ran that bitch all together. I don't know. Like, you don't know, bro. Like, that's the thing. Like, we saying all this stuff the whole time. King Von now could have been running that bitch when he was alive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just never know, bro. But I just look at it all like, nah, that's some snake shit. Because none of that shit was happening when Von was alive. At least it wasn't happening on camera in public. Well, a whole bunch of motherfuckers were seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was alive, them motherfuckers weren't even really on Asian Down like that. You see, because folks was right there. They already knew folks was a bug. So I don't know, man. It's just this shit is just crazy, bro. This is like some random adult shit. Like man, I personally believe that them niggas all had some type of shit planned deep down to get rid of Vine. I know a lot of people say, oh, they do that, and I don't get it wrong. There's a lot of niggas I'm still loyal to Vine and shit like that. But you still got them other niggas. I like to call them overachievers. These niggas like to go through the extra planning and shit to try to take a motherfucker down. Like, going through all these extra loops. We do this, we get that. Ooh, like, them boss top type niggas and shit. Like, that being some other shit. And I fuck with boss top to an extent, but I'm just saying, though, like, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, think about this shit. Like, I don't know, they could have been plotting to set him up to get killed. Then again, they probably couldn't have, and it could have just been some fluky shit that just happened that day. Then a 100K track, like, this nigga and that shit. Then he got the whole YNW Melly shit going on. Like, it's so much fuckery going on, and it's like my intuition is supposed to be telling me that King Von was set up. That's what it's telling me. Like, I know a lot of people say that's what everybody's saying, and that's not what everybody's saying. A lot of people say, why would they do that? And them was his niggas and all that. And it's like, nigga, you from the streets, nigga, you already know, man. That was a back door. Like, that was a back door, man. It was a back door, man. As much as you want to lie to yourself and tell it ain't happening and tell yourself this shit ain't happening, that's how you can even feel it more. At least for me, like, you know how you could tell with some shit going on? Like when you got a girl and shit. No, I don't have a girl at the moment. You know what I'm saying? When you got a girl and shit and like she texting a certain way or she sounding a certain way on the phone, you just know something not right. But if she fucking with somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers trying to get in that head, like it's just all type of weird shit. Like you can feel it. You telling yourself, nah, man, that's not it. The whole time, deep in your heart, you feel that gotta be it. That's it. Just like I give you another example. Just like when you was bad in school and you got into detention and shit like that, or you got suspended. They're not gonna just send you home with that suspension slip, because they know you ain't gonna tell your parents, so they gonna call home and tell your mom, tell your dad, or tell both your parents, whatever the case may be. And deep down, it's like, man, our mom ain't gonna do shit, man. She ain't tripping the whole time. As time keep winding down, you get scared and scared because like this time feel different. I feel like she gonna whoop my ass with that belt today. Like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you get home, you just walking home and on the bus, you just trying to convince yourself that nah, she ain't gonna trip. As soon as you get in the crib, take that book bag off, come in this room, and she's finna whoop you. I'm telling you, bro, that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. So it's like one of those feelings, man. I just feel like it was just some foul play with this shit. Just the time and the date. I don't get it wrong. I feel like it was a little bit of karma involved too from the King Bonds. I mean, from the FPG Duck situation and all that type of stuff. But man, that shit was just wild, bro. But wake the damn up. More videos coming soon. Fuck Satan. Fuck all his minions.